Hey everybody, it's your girl Jackie O. I'm doing this video because a lot of you guys really was just raving about Sugar Pill Cosmetics. So I told you guys I was going to be using more of them, starting with that really bright blue eyeshadow a lot of you guys loved. Y'all know I love me some blue. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the look. Keep watching. I'm going to start off by setting some type of base. For this particular look, I wanted to use a black base to kind of work with the brightness of the colors and bring them out more. So I will be using NYX's Jumbo Pencil, and this is the black one. I believe the name is Black Bean. Key on using black bases is a little bit goes a long way, so I'm just going to apply a very small amount. Maybe give it 3 or 4 swipes, and with a clean finger I'm just going to smooth that out, and I'm going to be careful not to blend it past my crease and also avoid getting it like too far out of that crease area. And I notice that when I pat my bases, it gives me a little bit more control versus wiping them off. And you don't really have control over how far out you wipe, and you know, obviously we want to keep this base a little bit under control. The first eyeshadow I'm going to work with is Rice Paper by MAC. I'm going to be using my 252 brush. Starting at the highest peak of my brow bone, I'm applying a little bit of color, and then I'm going to blend that out along my brow bone. For my crease color, I'm using Saddle by MAC. If you have texture will also work. Any type of eyeshadow that's almost close to the same color as your skin, think of it that way. I'm working with my 224 brush to just apply a little bit of that color into our crease. We're kind of just setting that crease color. We will be working with it later, but for now I'm just really using this to kind of like buff out the edges of that brow bone. Next, you're going to need a matte black eyeshadow. I'm using Bulletproof by Sugar Pill Cosmetics, and I'm using my 217 brush. I'm applying this color in my outer V. So for now I'm going to leave it just like that, a little unblended. The next color I'm using is a very loud, rambunctious blue, and this is After Party by Sugar Pill. Probably one of my favorite blues in my collection to date. The way that it's looking in the video camera right now is not true to color, but I hope that when you see it on my eye that you will get a better idea of what this color looks like. Working with another 252 brush, I'm patting this color from inner, stopping in about the middle of my lid. And I mean, this color is loud, you guys, but I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff like I am, then go for it. Next, I'm using a pigment. This is Lumi by Sugar Pill. And Lumi's a little tricky. It's what I like to call, well, what most professionals in the industry like to call a, okay, that was retarded, a duochrome, meaning it looks one color, but it reflects another. It looks white, like cocaine, but it reflects green, and I will demonstrate that shortly. I'm just gonna flip my 252 brush and use the other side and apply that pigment generously on top of that blue. It's kind of making it look a little bit more like an aqua green, but I'm really packing it on. Don't worry about how messy it is just yet, because I'm going back in with some of that black and buffing out my crease. Then I'm going back with my 224, and around the edges of where we applied all those colors, we're gonna buff that out. You can go ahead and reapply a little bit of your crease color to your brush if needed. I'm applying Feline Eye Kohl to my waterline and Maybelline Ultra Liner on my upper lid. You may use any black liquid liner of choice. And I'm going for a thicker line than usual, just for a little added drama. For mascara, I'm using Maybelline's Lash Stiletto. I'm going to take a little bit of that Lumi we used earlier on my inner tear duct and just apply that color there generously. And that is the final look.